The game Hellblade I'll be talking about not only shows the journey of someone going through many lengths to save their loved one, but it also shows the journey of acceptance. Senua journeys to Helheim to confront the goddess Hela to save the soul of her dead lover Dillion. She isn't alone, however. Senua believes that she was cursed to listen to these voices that taunt her, help her, push her down, but she's actually going through psychosis. Hellblade itself gives you an interactive journey of someone going through psychosis. Senua herself encounters different monsters that are based off of Viking myth. Ninja Theory's concept for Hellblade was always for it to take place in Senua's mind, but they took this a step further. They made the game with the help of different professors that study in psychosis and also brought along people that had the same journey similar to Senua. Hellblade became more of an effort of awareness for people struggling with psychosis. They listened, took notes, and found a way of taking the symptoms of that psychosis and put them into the game. The level design can be based off of different illusions, along with seeing different shapes or patterns to unlock doors and restore bridges, and also only relying on sound. But that's not just all. Ninja Theory wanted to also bridge the gap between indie games and AAA experiences. I personally believe that they nailed this. This is their first self-published title where they went to great lengths to make this a reality. Their other titles that they have worked on are Heavenly Sword for the PlayStation 3, DMC Devil May Cry, and Enslaved Odyssey to the West. And their experiences with making these AAA games show definitely on this project. To also get more insight on the development of this game, please check out Ninja Theory's YouTube channel where they have a 30-part devlog series based off of the development of Hellblade itself, where they went and figured out the first concept trailer for its first release, and then all the way to the end where they were just polishing the game to when they released it. I will show a link in description right below. I want to take a small break and talk about mental health as a whole. A lot of people talk about physical health and how that's really important, but nobody talks about their mental health. Honestly, nowadays, it is probably one of the more important things with everything that's been happening for the last almost 2 years, and we should all be taking care of ourselves, not only physically but also mentally, because they're equally both important. If you really want to find out more about mental health, or if you have been diagnosed or know someone that has been diagnosed, please check out the description below. I will have links and phone numbers that go to different things for psychosis, and I would just want more people to be informed. I have a lot of people that are not doing well mentally right now, and I always will forever wish them the best. And I also work with people that have mental health and psychosis, so I do see it firsthand, like 40 plus hours a week, and I can tell you from experience that it is extremely important. More people need to be aware about it, okay? I advise you to also be the support system that that person needs if they're asking for help. I really hope you can steer them in the right direction, and or please listen to them, because you could honestly be the one person that helps them out the most and get them to a better mental state if possible. Thank you for taking this time, and let's continue with the video. So I'd like to highlight some of the gameplay that's in Senua's Sacrifice really quick. I'm going to talk about the puzzles that you have to go through. Like I was saying before, there's a lot of times where you get to try and find different patterns to unlock doors, and that could be all around the place, and you just have to find like different little symbols that like coincide with each other that work. Other times that you have to like put broken things back together, like put them in a specific spot. Sometimes the angles are not always the greatest, but they do sometimes work. Also, there is times where you have to use sound to help you. And with sound, they actually have an entire level dedicated to that, and that is towards the later half of the game, where you only have enough sight to like see Senua and see some people that are really, really close to you, like maybe like a foot close to you, but it's all reliant on sound. And that was the most anxious time I've ever played a video game in my life. And then I'm going to talk about the combat really quick. The combat itself is actually pretty easy to learn. In the beginning, it really doesn't tell you a whole lot because this game does not give you any tutorials. It's all you learn by playing the game. So a lot of the times I always just use the light attack button, and I was like, oh, okay. And then I learned that there was a heavy attack, and then I learned there was a stun attack, and then I learned there was a block a button, and then you could parry stuff. So this game definitely does not hold your hand. It is an older fashioned game that lets you learn the game by playing it. And I think a lot of games need that approach because most games are very hand-holdy, and I actually appreciate this a lot. But most of the game isn't combat. There are some combat sequences where you have to fight bosses, but it's like maybe a couple, maybe 3 bosses in total, and the rest is just like regular enemy fights. And then everything else is just exploring the world of Helheim and just trying to get to Hela to get Dillion back. So I would say for as long as this game took me to play, I did some research before I started playing to see how long it would take, and they said that it actually didn't take that long, and I was like, okay. It was about 6 to 8 hours. So I did everything in the game, and I did about 7 hours and 11 minutes of total playtime playing that game. But I was also playing on the Xbox Game Pass version, and with that version, I've come through a little things that didn't make a lot of sense, where a few achievements actually didn't pop up. And so I'm currently missing 3 achievements on there at the time of this recording, but I've 100%ed the game. So if you ever decide to play this game on PlayStation, Xbox, PC, or Nintendo Switch, just be mindful that those achievements, like some achievements, are specifically glitched. Not all of them. I did get the collectible achievement, which is not required to finish the game. It's just to get 100% and get that platinum trophy or that gamer score. I only got that because I wanted to. I also went to further lengths to where this became one of my new favorite games that I've ever played, where I personally bought a physical copy of the game. So I'm about to go to spoilery territory for this game, okay? So I'm going to put a little warning symbol right here that says that this is spoilers for the end of the game, okay? Spoilers. I will be talking about literally the last hour, maybe 45 minutes of the game. If any of my friends or anybody that has been watching this wants to play this game and only wants my final thoughts at the end of this, please go at this timestamp right here. Okay, right here in the description. It was also on the video itself, so you can just skip to that part, okay? This is your last chance. Okay. So for the end of the game, you do get the chance to meet Hela, okay? You get to meet Hela, and you get to journey to Hell and fight her. But the thing is that the fight's very anticlimactic, where you're fighting all these enemies and all these people that are based off of the bosses that you have fought in earlier. And the whole ending just kind of didn't really sell it for me until I saw the complete ending, where it looked like Senua was dead and Hela won. But then at the end, you see that Senua has Dillion's skull and throws it away and has finally accepted that she's not going to get him back. And then that's the way that life works. And that she has also understood, like, in her journey through Helheim, that she has also accepted that her curse is just the way that she is. It's just who she is as a whole. And I think that's very powerful on how that they conveyed that, like, hey, sometimes we don't choose the things that we are given, but honestly, we shouldn't be so harsh on ourselves. And she accepted that, and I feel like that's a lot of character development that's happened, because you go through Senna's mind, her memories of Druth, her friend who gave her much insight, her father, and then Dillian, and how much that nobody really understood her. And it's finally that she was able to accept that of herself and become a better person behind it, and also accept that she can't rescue her dead lover and just continue living for the both of them. I think that's honestly probably one of the most powerful things I've seen in a video game, to be honest. So my overall experience with Senua's Sacrifice is that I did not expect this game to be a personal favorite of mine. I enjoyed this game way more than I ever thought I could. And I've only played this game once. I'm actually attempting, at the time of this recording, to get the rest of the achievements for this game. And honestly, I can't wait for Hellblade 2 Senua's Saga. Like, I am so ready to buy a new Xbox just to play it. Like, that will probably, like, after playing this game, this will probably make me want to buy a new Xbox. I loved it so much. I now have a physical copy of a game that I could play free on Game Pass. But honestly, everybody should experience this game, like I was talking about before, and at least give it a try. It's a very easy 6 to 8 hour adventure, even if you're trying to collect things or not. Please give it a chance, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe, and I'll talk to you guys later. And remember, all the hardest fights are fought in your